What if one of the most powerful foods for healthy aging wasn't an expensive supplement, wasn't hidden deep inside a laboratory, and wasn't discovered by some cutting-edge health startup, but was sitting quietly in your grocery store right now? For centuries, people have searched for the secret to living longer, staying sharper, and protecting their bodies from disease. Some spent fortunes, others traveled across continents. Yet modern science keeps pointing back to something surprisingly simple. A small red berry. Tiny, delicate, sweet,
and packed with compounds that scientists are studying for their potential role in heart health, brain function, healthy aging, and much more. But here's the surprising part. Many people eat raspberries occasionally, without realizing what may actually be happening inside their bodies afterward. Could this little berry be one of nature's most underrated health foods? And what happens when you start eating them consistently? The answer may surprise you. Stay with us, because by the end of this video, you'll never look at raspberries the same way again. In today's world, we're constantly searching for better health, more energy, better sleep, a stronger immune system,
a healthier heart, and maybe, just maybe, a way to slow down the effects of aging. The truth is that many of the answers we seek don't come from complicated solutions. They often come from foods that nature perfected long before modern medicine existed. Among those foods, raspberries hold a very special place. These vibrant berries are loaded with nutrients, antioxidants, fiber, and plant compounds that have fascinated researchers for decades. And while they may look small, their potential impact on your health is anything but. Today, we're exploring the fascinating story behind raspberries, the science behind their benefits,
the common mistakes people make when eating them, and why some health experts consider them one of the smartest fruits you can add to your diet. But first, let's travel back in time. Because the history of raspberries is far more interesting than most people realize.
Long before supermarkets existed, long before nutrition labels, wild raspberries grew across Europe, Asia, and parts of North America. Ancient people didn't have laboratories, but they paid close attention to nature. And they noticed something. Certain foods seemed to help people stay healthier. Raspberries became prized not only for their flavor, but also for their perceived wellness benefits. Historical records suggest that people have enjoyed raspberries for thousands of years. Monks cultivated them in medieval Europe. Traditional healers incorporated different parts of the raspberry plant into various remedies. Over time, raspberries spread across continents. Today, they're enjoyed worldwide. But despite their popularity, many people still underestimate them. They see them as a simple snack, a dessert topping, something colorful on a breakfast plate. Yet beneath that bright red surface lies a nutritional profile that has attracted enormous scientific attention. And that's where our story becomes even more fascinating. Because when researchers looked inside raspberries, they discovered something extraordinary. Imagine a food that's naturally low in calories, contains very little sugar compared to many snacks, provides impressive amounts of fiber, and delivers powerful antioxidants at the same time.
That's exactly what raspberries offer. One of the first things scientists noticed is their remarkable antioxidant content. Now, antioxidants can sound like a complicated scientific term, but the idea is simple. Every day, your body faces wear and tear, pollution, stress, poor sleep, natural aging. These factors can create unstable molecules known as free radicals. Think of them like tiny sparks. Too many sparks, and over time, they may contribute to cellular damage. Antioxidants help neutralize those sparks, and raspberries contain several types, including vitamin C, quercetin, anthocyanins, and ellagic acid. These compounds give raspberries their vibrant color,
But they may also help support overall health in ways researchers continue to investigate. And that's only the beginning.
because one nutrient inside raspberries may be even more important than many people realize: fiber. In fact, raspberries are among the highest fiber fruits commonly available, and that single fact may explain many of their potential health benefits. But how exactly does fiber affect your body? The answer leads us to one of raspberries' most impressive advantages: your digestive system.
Let's talk about something many people don't discuss enough: digestion. Because when your digestive system struggles, everything else can feel harder. Energy, mood, comfort, even sleep. Your digestive system isn't simply processing food. It's working around the clock to support nearly every aspect of your health. Raspberries contain a significant amount of dietary fiber, and fiber plays several important roles. It helps support regular bowel movements. It can help create feelings of fullness. And, perhaps most interestingly, it feeds beneficial bacteria living inside your gut. These microorganisms form what's often called the gut microbiome.
Scientists are learning that this hidden ecosystem may influence far more than digestion. Research continues exploring connections between gut health and immune function, mood, metabolism, and overall wellness. Which means that every bite of fiber-rich food may be doing more behind the scenes than you realize. And here's something most people never think about. Many modern diets are surprisingly low in fiber. That's one reason nutrition experts consistently encourage people to eat more fruits and vegetables, including berries like raspberries. But digestion is only the first chapter of this story.
Because the next benefit may affect the organ that keeps you alive every second of every day: your heart. Every beat of your heart matters. Right now, as you're watching this video, your heart is working tirelessly, day and night, without breaks, without vacations. And the choices you make today may influence how well it continues performing years from now. This is one reason heart health remains one of the biggest topics in modern wellness. Researchers have become especially interested in berries because they contain compounds that may support cardiovascular health as part of an overall healthy lifestyle. Raspberries contain fiber.
They contain potassium. And they contain plant compounds called polyphenols. Together, these nutrients have drawn attention from scientists studying healthy blood vessel function and heart wellness. What's fascinating is that many people focus only on dramatic health changes. Yet often it's the small habits repeated consistently that create meaningful results. A daily walk, better sleep, less stress, and nutrient-dense foods like raspberries.
Researchers are discovering may be one of the most exciting parts of the entire raspberry story.
Think about the last time you walked into a room and completely forgot why you went there. It happens to all of us. But what if some of the foods you eat every day could help support your brain as it ages? This is where the raspberry story becomes especially fascinating. For years, scientists focused heavily on the heart. But more recently, attention has shifted toward another incredible organ: the brain. Your brain contains roughly 86 billion neurons. An astonishing communication network constantly working behind the scenes. Every memory, every decision, every conversation, every dream depends on this remarkable system. Yet, like every part of the body,
The brain changes with age. Researchers have become interested in berries because of their antioxidant compounds. Some studies suggest these compounds may help support healthy brain function by helping combat oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is a natural process that increases over time. Think of it alayhi salam, the gradual wear and tear that occurs throughout life, the same way metal slowly rusts, or paint slowly fades. Our cells experience similar challenges. The antioxidants found in raspberries may help support the body's natural defenses against these processes. And here's something truly intriguing. Scientists are increasingly exploring the connection between gut health and brain health. Remember the fiber we discussed earlier? The gut and brain communicate constantly through what researchers call the gut-brain axis, which means supporting your digestive health may have benefits that extend far beyond digestion itself. It's an exciting area of research. And it's one more reason raspberries continue attracting scientific attention. But that's still not the benefit that surprises most people. Because the next one touches a subject nearly everyone thinks about: aging. What if aging isn't just about getting older, but about how well your body handles the journey?
Most people think anti-aging means looking younger, fewer wrinkles, smoother skin, a youthful appearance. But many longevity experts see it differently. True healthy aging means maintaining strength, maintaining energy, maintaining independence, maintaining quality of life as the years pass. And this is where nutrition becomes incredibly important. The compounds inside raspberries have attracted attention because of their antioxidant properties. Researchers continue studying how antioxidant-rich foods may help support healthy aging processes. Of course, no food can stop aging. No berry can turn back the clock.
But healthy eating patterns may help your body function more effectively over time. That's the real goal. Not immortality, vitality. Imagine reaching your 70s, still walking comfortably, still enjoying adventures, still spending meaningful time with the people you love. Many lifestyle factors contribute to that outcome: exercise, sleep, stress management, and nutrition. Raspberries aren't a magic solution, but they may be one small piece of a much bigger longevity puzzle. And surprisingly, one of their greatest strengths may have nothing to do with aging at all. It may have to do with your waistline.
Have you ever noticed how some foods leave you hungry an hour later, while others keep you satisfied for much longer? The difference often comes down to a few important factors: fiber, water content, and nutrient density. Raspberries happen to score remarkably well in all three areas. Because they're naturally rich in fiber, they can help create feelings of fullness. That means you may feel satisfied without consuming large amounts of calories. This is one reason nutrition professionals often recommend berries as part of balanced eating plans. Instead of reaching for highly processed snacks, many people enjoy raspberries with yogurt, oatmeal, smoothies, or simply by themselves. And here's an interesting observation. Foods that support healthy eating habits don't always need to be restrictive. Sometimes they're simply more satisfying. When nutritious foods taste good, consistency becomes easier. And consistency is often where lasting results come from. But there is another reason health experts frequently mention raspberries. One that matters to millions of Americans: blood sugar. Today, blood sugar has become one of the most discussed topics in health and wellness. And for good reason. Stable energy levels often depend on balanced blood sugar responses. When blood sugar rises and falls dramatically, people may experience energy crashes, hunger spikes, mood fluctuations, and difficulty maintaining healthy eating habits. Raspberries are interesting because they contain fiber while being relatively low in sugar compared to many sweet snacks. Fiber slows digestion, which may help support a more gradual release of sugars into the bloodstream. This doesn't mean raspberries are a treatment for any medical condition, but it does help explain why they are often included in balanced nutrition plans.
Many people are surprised to learn that not all sweet foods affect the body in the same way. Nature packages nutrients differently.
And raspberries come bundled with fiber, vitamins, minerals, and beneficial plant compounds. It's a perfect example of why whole foods often work differently than highly processed alternatives. But perhaps the most remarkable thing about raspberries isn't their sweetness, or their fiber, or even their antioxidants. It's the fact that these tiny berries may help support one of your body's most powerful defense systems, your immune system.
Every single day, your body performs an incredible balancing act without you noticing, without you thinking about it. Your immune system is constantly working, identifying threats, protecting tissues, maintaining order. It's one of the most sophisticated defense networks in nature, and like every system in the body, it depends on proper nutrition. Raspberries provide vitamin C, along with numerous phytonutrients that researchers continue studying for their role in overall wellness. Vitamin C is perhaps one of the most recognized nutrients associated with immune support. But what makes raspberries especially interesting is that they offer much more than a single vitamin.
They provide a complex package of nutrients working together. And that's often how nature operates. Not through isolated compounds, but through combinations. Which raises a fascinating question. Could there be hidden benefits inside raspberries that most people have never heard about? The answer involves some of the most powerful plant compounds scientists are studying today. And what they've discovered may completely change how you view this tiny berry. Before we continue, take a closer look at a raspberry. It seems simple, almost ordinary. But hidden inside are thousands of naturally occurring compounds that scientists are still trying to fully understand. And among them,
One has generated enormous curiosity. A plant compound called ellagic acid. Now, don't worry about remembering the name. What's important is why researchers find it fascinating. Ellagic acid belongs to a family of naturally occurring compounds found in certain fruits and plants. Scientists continue exploring how these compounds interact with the body's natural protective systems. The research is ongoing, but what excites many experts is that foods containing these compounds often appear in dietary patterns associated with long-term wellness. In other words,
They're delivering an entire package of natural compounds, working together in ways we're still discovering. And perhaps that's why people throughout history valued these berries long before modern science arrived. Nature often knows things before we do. But if there's one benefit people notice first, it's often visible in the mirror.
When most people think about skin health, they think about creams, serums, expensive treatments. But healthy skin begins much deeper. It begins inside the body. Your skin is constantly renewing itself. Every day, every week, every month. New cells replace old ones. Repair processes occur around the clock. And those processes require nutrients. Raspberries provide vitamin C, which plays an important role in collagen production. Collagen is one of the structural proteins that help support skin. As we age, collagen production naturally changes. That's a normal part of life.
But nutrition remains one factor that helps support the body's ongoing maintenance processes. Hydration matters, sleep matters, stress management matters, and nutrient-rich foods matter too. Many people spend hundreds of dollars searching for youthful skin, while overlooking the importance of daily eating habits. Healthy skin often reflects healthy living, and raspberries fit beautifully into that picture. But the benefits don't stop with appearance, because many people notice something even more valuable: better energy. Imagine starting your day feeling energized, focused, and steady, not riding a roller coaster of highs and lows, just consistent energy.
Many people turn to sugary snacks when they feel tired. The problem? Quick spikes often lead to quick crashes. That's where whole foods can make a difference. Raspberries provide natural carbohydrates packaged alongside fiber. That combination may help create a more balanced energy experience compared with many highly processed foods. Think about the difference between a campfire and fireworks. Fireworks burn bright, then disappear. A campfire burns more steadily. Your body often prefers steady fuel. And when raspberries are paired with protein-rich foods like Greek yogurt, nuts, or oatmeal,
They become part of a satisfying meal that can help support sustained energy throughout the day. Small choices, repeated consistently. That's where real health transformations often begin. But what if these berries could also help support one of your most precious senses? Your vision.
Most of us don't fully appreciate our eyesight until we imagine losing it. Every sunrise, every smile, every cherished memory we witness through our eyes. Vision is one of life's greatest gifts. And like every part of the body, our eyes face challenges over time. Exposure to sunlight, environmental stressors, natural aging processes. Researchers continue studying how antioxidant-rich foods may help support overall eye health. While raspberries aren't typically the first food mentioned in eye health conversations, their antioxidant profile contributes to a dietary pattern that supports whole body wellness. And here's something worth remembering.
Health rarely happens in isolation. The foods that support your heart often support your brain. The foods that support your brain often support your eyes. The body is deeply connected. Which brings us to another surprising connection, one that affects nearly every aspect of your life: sleep. Sleep may be the most underrated health tool in existence. While you're asleep, your body repairs, recovers, reorganizes, and prepares for another day. Yet millions of people struggle with sleep quality. The solution isn't always complicated. Sometimes it's about creating healthier daily habits: nutritious eating, physical activity, stress management, consistent routines.
Raspberries aren't a sleep medication, but because they're nutrient-dense and relatively low in calories, they fit naturally into healthy evening eating habits. Many people enjoy raspberries after dinner instead of heavily processed desserts. A simple substitution. Yet sometimes simple substitutions create meaningful results over time. And that leads us to one of the biggest misconceptions people have about raspberries. Because despite all these benefits, many people accidentally reduce their value without realizing it.
Let's clear up some common myths. Myth number 1: more is always better. Not necessarily. Even healthy foods work best as part of a balanced diet. The goal isn't eating mountains of raspberries. The goal is consistency. Myth number 2: fresh raspberries are always superior. Surprisingly, frozen raspberries can be an excellent option. Many are frozen shortly after harvest, helping preserve nutrients, which means you don't need to spend a fortune to enjoy them. Myth number 3: fruit contains too much sugar. This oversimplifies the story. Whole fruits contain fiber, water, vitamins, minerals, and countless beneficial compounds.
They're very different from highly processed sugary products. Now let's discuss mistakes. Mistake number 1: waiting until fruit spoils before eating it. Raspberries are delicate. Enjoy them quickly or freeze them. Mistake number 2: pairing them exclusively with sugary desserts. While delicious, you can unlock more nutritional value by combining them with yogurt, oats, nuts, seeds, or protein-rich foods. Mistake number 3: only eating them occasionally. The biggest benefits of healthy eating often come from long-term habits, not one-time events. And speaking of habits, what happens when people make raspberries a regular part of their lives? The stories are surprisingly inspiring. And some of them might sound very familiar. Let's start with Sarah, a fictional but realistic example inspired by habits shared by many health-conscious Americans. At 47 years old, Sarah felt like life was moving too fast. Every morning was rushed. Coffee, a quick snack, then straight to work. By afternoon, she often felt drained, hungry, and searching for energy. One day, she made a surprisingly small change. Instead of grabbing processed breakfast foods, she began preparing a simple bowl: Greek yogurt, fresh raspberries, a handful of walnuts, and oats. Nothing dramatic happened overnight. No miracle transformation.
No instant results. But after several months, she noticed something interesting. Her mornings felt more satisfying. Her eating habits became more consistent. And healthy choices started feeling easier. The lesson? Major health changes often begin with tiny daily decisions. Not grand gestures. Not extreme diets. Just simple habits repeated over time. And Sarah's story isn't unique. Because our next story highlights something many people fear as they get older: staying mentally sharp.
Meet Robert. At 68 years old, retirement gave him something priceless: time. Time to reflect, time to travel, time to spend with family. But it also brought an important realization: health was no longer something to take for granted. He began focusing on simple longevity habits: daily walks, strength exercises, quality sleep, and more nutrient-dense foods. Among them, berries, especially raspberries. Robert understood something many people overlook. Longevity isn't about adding years to your life. It's about adding life to your years. He wanted energy for adventures, strength for activities, mental clarity for meaningful conversations.
The foods he chose became part of that mission. Not because any single food held magical powers, but because consistent healthy habits create powerful momentum. And that brings us to our final story, one that demonstrates the extraordinary impact of small improvements. Jennifer felt overwhelmed. Work deadlines, family responsibilities, constant stress. Like many Americans, she found herself relying on convenience foods, fast snacks, sugary treats, energy crashes. Then she made a decision: not to overhaul her entire life, just to improve one choice at a time. More fruits, more vegetables, more whole foods. Raspberries became a favorite because they were simple, convenient,
And enjoyable. Over time, those small decisions spread into other areas: better meals, better sleep habits, more movement, healthier routines. And that's often how transformation works. One healthy choice inspires another, like dominoes falling in the right direction.
Now let's answer a question many viewers are probably asking. What's the best way to eat raspberries? The good news? There isn't just one way. Fresh raspberries make an excellent snack. Frozen raspberries work beautifully in smoothies. They pair wonderfully with oatmeal, Greek yogurt, chia pudding, whole grain cereals, and mixed berry bowls. Some people enjoy them with almonds or walnuts. Others add them to salads. The key isn't perfection. The key is making them a regular part of your routine, because consistency matters far more than complexity. Another common question: when should you eat raspberries? Morning is an excellent option.
Their fiber content pairs well with breakfast, helping create a satisfying start to the day. Afternoon can also work well, especially when replacing processed snacks. Evening is another possibility. Many people enjoy raspberries as a lighter alternative to sugary desserts. Ultimately, the best time to eat raspberries is the time you'll consistently enjoy them, because the healthiest food is the one that becomes a lasting habit. Want to maximize nutritional value? Try combining raspberries with other nutrient-rich foods. Raspberries and Greek yogurt, fiber plus protein. Raspberries and oats, a satisfying breakfast combination. Raspberries and nuts,
Healthy fats paired with natural sweetness. Raspberries and leafy greens. A colorful, nutrient-dense salad. These combinations help create balanced meals that support long-term wellness goals. And that's exactly what longevity is about. Building a lifestyle, not chasing shortcuts.
Let's quickly revisit what makes raspberries so remarkable. They may help support healthy digestion, heart wellness, brain function, healthy aging, weight management, balanced eating habits, blood sugar awareness, immune support, skin health, natural energy, eye health, healthy routines, nutrient diversity, antioxidant intake, and overall wellness. Not because they're magical, but because they're packed with nutrients your body can use. A small berry with a surprisingly big story. At the beginning of this video, we asked a simple question. Could a tiny berry hold extraordinary benefits? Now you know the answer. Not because raspberries are a miracle food,
but because they remind us of something deeper. Health is rarely built through dramatic moments. It's built through ordinary choices. The breakfast you eat, the walk you take, the sleep you prioritize, the habits you repeat, day after day, year after year. Those small decisions become your future. One day, the person you become will look back on the choices you're making right now. And perhaps one of those choices will be surprisingly simple. Choosing foods that nourish your body, support your health, and help you enjoy the years ahead. Because longevity isn't just about living longer, it's about living better, having the energy to explore.
The strength to stay independent, the clarity to create memories, and the health to enjoy the people you love. So the next time you see a handful of raspberries, remember, you're not just looking at fruit, you're looking at thousands of years of nature's design. A reminder that sometimes the most powerful things come in the smallest packages. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey into the incredible world of raspberries, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for our next exploration into the foods that may help us live healthier, happier lives. Until next time, take care of your body. It's the only place you'll ever truly live.